face it head on and grow from it, show up in a bigger and better way, learn from it, and nothing can stop us when we shift our mindset. And Toby is the prime example of someone living in a wheelchair, can barely communicate, has this life-threatening illness, and every day he is showing up on social media, adding value, pouring in, and doing things that people said he wouldn't even be here to do. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of inspiration today. Crystal Lore, we are so excited to pass the mic to you. You are absolutely extraordinary. Cannot wait to hear your segment today. Crystal Lore Cruz is the CEO and founder of Cruise Beyond Limits. She has just been featured on the news across the country for something. She is an amazing woman. So excited to pass the mic to you.
Thank you so much, Rachel. Happy Monday, everyone. Oh my gosh. Welcome to the Health is Wealth segment here Mondays with Breakfast with Champions and over in the Cruise Beyond Limits world in the Health is Wealth community. If you're not a member of my free community, please send me a message. I'll get you access. But if you are tuning in, happy Monday. Let's share the room. Let's get some more people in here. Let's invite some incredible people to connect with and collaborate with. Rachel and the Level Up community and Matt. Oh my gosh. So it's been an amazing year so far. I don't know about y'all, but it flew by. And I know that it's back to school season. And reminder, it is August, right? And so today's message, I really want to really go through kind of what your goals are for a back to school season, because I'll tell you, it's August and I counted 9 months from now will be April of 2024. So April of 2024 is the April time season. March, April time season is the typical time where people start to worry about what they look like, about their weight loss goals, about their toning, and being able to be exposed during the summertime. So I just want to share with you, it takes 9 months to grow a pineapple. And so 9 months from now is April of 2024. So a lot can happen in the next 9 months if you start now. So I posted on my social earlier today, if you were to lose 3 to 4 pounds per month healthily, if you have a weight loss goal, I don't love to really focus on the scale. However, a lot of people are really focused on the numbers, right? And so in my programs, I like to help people not really focus on the numbers, but a lot of times it is a measure. It's a measurement, right? So if you were to lose 3 to 4 pounds per month and healthily times 9 months, that could be 30 to 40 pounds. You could look like a completely different human if you started today and did it in a healthy way that has a healthy discipline and healthy habits daily. Okay. So a lot of times people wait till January, they wait till April, and this might be not really the most popular conversation right now, but I want to help you. I really love to help people develop a healthy system and a lifestyle that they can feel good about. So we're not restricting, we're not doing these fad diets and these quick fixes. Like, let's really get our system and get in a good rhythm. So back to school season, I'm going to go through the A, B's, and C's of your weight loss journey right here, right now, in the first week of August. Okay, so if you were to really dedicate the next 9 months of your life, come April of next year, you could probably look and feel like a brand new human. Okay, so for those of you who are new to my world, I just want to introduce myself here again. I'm Crystal Laura Cruz with Cruise Beyond Limits Consulting, and I'm a life, fitness, and business accelerator, and I'm on a mission to help empower every person on the planet put themselves and their health first proactively. Okay, don't wait till it's too late. So we can reduce the stress and overwhelm of life and live a more fulfilling life. So I love to help people develop a system and a rhythm and a long-term healthy lifestyle that they can feel really good about. So when we show up consistently in this healthy rhythm, we have a confidence that can really pour into everything else that we do, into our relationships, into our business, into our careers, into our, maybe we are a speaker or an author or maybe a community leader, maybe a church leader, whatever that is that you love to pour yourself into. That confidence comes from feeling good within our body, feeling healthy inside and out, not just about the number on the scale. Okay. So today I want to go through just like I really want to get back to the basics. And I know I cover these a lot and they seem elementary, but a lot of times people miss these steps. I talk with people all the time and they're either not eating enough, they're not dedicating the healthy habits. And so I really want to pour into you here today. So put your seatbelt on. It's a wild ride. And the A, B's, and C's of weight loss for your back to school special here today in the Health is Wealth community. So A, plan your meals and your snacks. So a lot of times as parents, if you are maybe packing your children's lunch, they're going into school or, they're going to camp, whatever they're doing, you're packing their lunch, pack yours too. Set your goals up, set yourself up for success so that you have healthy snacks and your meals planned. Okay. So when you have healthy options at your fingertips at any given time, you're not going to just fall a victim to convenience, right? And just be grasping for things that you have when you have cravings. Okay. So step one, plan ahead. So I love to help my clients with meal prepping. So my husband and I, we meal prep on Sundays. So we do a bunch of grilling and then we saute a bunch of veggies. Ground turkey. We chop a bunch of zucchini and salads in the fall time frame, fall, winter. I love to get into soups. So I batch a bunch of soups. I'll do 2 or 3 soups in a whole session, and then I'll freeze some of them. So there's a lot of really great ways that we can plan ahead our weeks. So we have grab and go. And I don't know about y'all, but I don't like eating the same thing every day. I don't like doing the same thing every day. So I love to switch things up. So what I don't typically do, so I'll have like a couple salads that I'll chop some salads. Last night's chopped salad had apples in it. So it had like a sweet crunchiness to it with grilled chicken that had like a teriyaki sauce on it. So it was really good. It was this sweet but savory and crunchy and cold, but then the hot grilled chicken on top. And it was just really a really great combination. Sometimes I'll do a Greek salad. So I'll kind of chop up different options. And then I have separate grilled chicken just in a container ready to go. So I can chop that up and put it in over rice and create a rice bowl. Or I can do a over chopped zucchini or make zucchini noodles to make like a pasta. So there's a lot of other options. And then I do ground turkey. So I have a batch of ground turkey at any given time. I have shrimp. So you can have shrimp. I had a shrimp quesadilla yesterday. That was incredible. So I like to just kind of have these healthy proteins, healthy veggies chopped up, ready to go so you can mix and match. All right. So those are really key. And then having healthy snacks. So when you have your snack time, kids have their snack time. Why can't you have your snack time? So for me, at 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock are my snack times. So I have either an apple or a banana or a handful of almonds. I have a spoonful of peanut butter. I have saltine crackers. I have 100-calorie snack packs from the Fit and Active brand. Hashtag not an ad, but find some healthy options that you can have at your fingertips. I also love kettle corn. So just like light, something that's not super buttery or salty. So you can still have that flavor in that snack. So plan your meals, plan your snacks. And if you plan it ahead, that way you have everything to go for the whole week. You're not spending hours trying to cook a meal every day. Okay. So, or you're not having, these cravings to go through the drive-through or order takeout or order Uber Eats because you don't have anything prepped. So step one, reach for the healthy options by having grab and go, planning your snacks and planning your meals ahead of time. I would love to hear your comments and your ideas. and your healthy recipe ideas, like let's learn from each other. So definitely post in the comments, and I'll make sure that I catch up with you in a moment. And then after this session as well. Feel free to send me a message at any given time. If something resonates with you and you want to have another conversation, please let me know. I love to help generate more ideas. And sometimes just getting in a community and just bouncing ideas, we get in this routine so often and we're like, oh, well, we forget that there's other things, right? And so I love to have recipe swaps and soup swaps and different ideas to help shake things up a bit. So so send me a message and definitely engage in the comments. Okay, so that's number one. Plan your meals, plan your snacks. All right, and guess what? You get to design the life that you desire, and no one's going to have these results for you. So you have to be strong in what your dreams and goals are. Okay. So I talk to a lot of clients and a lot of people that they're like, well, that meal prepping is too hard for me because because the kids want something else. They want chicken fingers and they really don't want to make 5 different things. I'll tell you, not everyone has the same goals in your household, perhaps, right? But if you're not doing what you need to fuel your body, you need to know what that is and stick to that. So it might take a little bit of extra planning. It might take an extra 20 minutes, but it's worth it because you're worth it. And when you string along enough of this good nutrition and healthy habits, if you do nothing else, if you switch up your routine a little bit and you have good, healthy nutrition, and obviously I'm going to give you a couple more tips here today, but if you really were intentional, say for instance, for 3 months, 6 months, let alone even 9 months, imagine what could be possible. And we have to train our bodies and our metabolism to achieve the goals that we want, that we desire, right? So instead of starting and stopping and binge eating and then fasting, why can't we develop a routine that's healthy, all right, that we can really feel really good about? And I'll tell you, I eat the cookies, I eat the brownies, I eat the pizza, I have the glass of wine. So you can have it all if you do it in a way that's healthy, that you can have these things that you enjoy, implement them into your diet and into your routine so that you're not starving yourself of all the things that you enjoy and then craving them on the weekends or every time you go to a party, you're like, oh, give it all to me, right? So step one, plan it out so that you can achieve it. And so this might need a little bit of extra calculation. So side note, I am not a registered dietitian or a nutritionist. I subscribe to a flexible diet, and over the course of my 15 years now of running plus, I've run 26 marathons and a 50-mile race. So I've had to really research the power of nutrition and movement and hydration and really being a mad scientist with my body and the nutrients that I put into it. So I've had a lot of practice. And so I love the good healthy food. I love the good healthy foods, but I also love the sweets and the pizza and all the other things too. So I get to have this system and I figure out a great way to enjoy all the things and still enjoy life and be able to go to parties and go to happy hours and say no and not say no to the things that really you enjoy. So that's a little bit about my background. And also know that I spent 6 months in a wheelchair. Well, my body shut down where I was starving myself. I was overtrained. I was overworked. I was burned out. I was stressed out. I was having a trauma response. All right. So I spent 6 months in a wheelchair while I had to figure out what the heck was wrong with me and what was going on in my body. So I've had to do a lot of this work. Okay. So this is why I love to help others really figure out what this is for you. All right, so that you can stay strong and stay motivated and stay consistent in the pursuit of what's setting your soul on fire. So number 2, plan B, not plan B. A, the A, B's, and C's. A is have a plan. B is we have to be active. Okay, so at least 30 minutes a day. So I'm on a mission to help empower you to put yourself and your health first for 34 minutes a day. So 30 of those is movement. Okay, so whether that's walking, hiking, running, yoga, CrossFit, get your blood pumping. All right, walk around the block, take the stairs, right? There's plenty of ways that you can move your body every single day. But I really want, and it doesn't have to be 30 minutes altogether. I highly recommend it, but I would highly recommend at least getting 30 minutes each and every day. So we all have 1,440 minutes in a day. 34 minutes of that is 2% of your day. And so when you think about it, you have 2%. You can make 30 minutes. To really amplify your goals and amplify your results over time. If you're consistent with 30 minutes every single day, I'm telling you, it is exponential. What you think you could do right now, imagine 9 months from now, what could be possible if you strung enough of these healthy habits each and every day. We get stronger every day just by showing up and practicing these things. Okay. So it's not about being perfect. It's not about having the 6-pack abs tomorrow. It's about stringing enough of these days together of doing the healthy things that are going to move the needle forward. All right. And then it's exponential over time. And we're not going to see the results first. We're going to feel them first because we're going to feel the sense of accomplishment and the sense of confidence in showing up for ourselves and our health. All right. And then when we keep going, we know that it's going to happen eventually. If you do the right things, you string them enough string enough these days in inconsistent action, you will breed results. I promise. I've seen it a million times. And this goes with anything. This goes with fitness. It goes with your business. It goes with reading. It goes with anything that you want to improve. So this is why I love to do my free 30-day habit tracker so click the link above and I'll send you the link to, I'll post it in the comments. My free habit tracker is crystallaracruz.com/habit tracker. It's a 30-day challenge where you get to track the daily things that you want to work on that are going to move the needle. So for me, I practice not hitting the snooze button, moving my body every day for 30 minutes, reading for 10 minutes, meditating, spending quality time with my husband, going to bed by 10 o'clock, getting my hydration goal, getting my nutrition goals, right? So those are the things that I know that over time, if I track my progress and I reflect on those things and I just do these small things each and every day, they are going to add up. So B, the A's, B's, and C's, we're in B. Be active 30 minutes a day. Okay. So here's a couple tips. If you're going to the mall, you're going shopping, you're going to the grocery store, park far away. All right. A lot of times we fight for that first spot that's closest to the store, that's closest to the entrance. All right. I want to encourage you. Go to the back of the parking lot. Right. Find the farthest parking spot. All right. For the next 30 days and start to make that a practice. So you're getting more steps. All right. So that's number one. Take the stairs, right? If you're, of course, like I'm a one trip kind of gal. I don't know about y'all, but I don't like taking multiple trips back and forth. If I bring in my groceries, side note, I save a lot of time by getting Instacart. They deliver my groceries. That's another way to be able to plan the meals and save time. So I already know what's going into my grocery cart virtually, right? And I already know how much I'm going to spend. I want to make sure that I get the proper balance of all the nutrients and I get them delivered to my house. And then I have to walk them up the stairs. I have an elevator in my building. I could easily take the elevator, but I actually carry all the bags from the outside gate up the stairs to the second floor to my building. I choose to take the stairs because it's extra workout and I'm practicing, I'm bracing my core, I'm being methodical, I'm bracing my core, I'm using my glutes, I'm lifting with my legs and not my back. Like I'm practicing all of the movement that we do in the Cruise Beyond Limits world. So if you're not familiar with the Cruise Beyond Limits virtual HIIT camp, I have a 30-minute workout that I do, including warm up and cool down no equipment. So if you can't get to a gym, if you're struggling or you feel like you're being judged or you don't know what to do when you get to the gym, you're just strapped for time, or maybe you just want an engaging and fun workout, join the Cruise Beyond Limits virtual hit camp, because we have fun around here. And like I said, I don't do the same thing every day. So I like to switch things up. Every single workout is different. So Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, I stream live for women all over the world. We're in 3 different countries. Cruise Beyond Limits is a virtual global brand now, and we do 30-minute high intensity interval training and kickboxing. So I took karate as a kid, and so I learned some self-defense techniques. And so it's a part of my regimen now. I'm a certified kickboxing instructor. And so on Fridays, we do Fighter Fridays, and we just have fun and we get scrappy. So if you're interested in that program, please send me a message. I'd love to connect you. And you can start today and start moving your body every single day from the privacy of your own home. All right. So I find ways to be more efficient. All right. And be active. So take the stairs, get extra steps, park far away. All right. And then have a daily step goal. Okay. To stay active, not only do we need to work our strength and conditioning and our cardio and our core and the core muscles in our legs and our glutes to strengthen our hips, to protect our back, so that if we do fall, we're bracing for impact and we can catch ourselves and pivot if we need to. But have a step goal too, so we're moving our body regularly. All right. So maybe some of those moms out there, the kids are going back to school. You're like, finally, I can kick back. I'm not chasing them around. I'm not going everywhere. I'm not, be conscious of the transition in your schedule, the transition of maybe you started working from home in the last couple months and you're feeling a little bit more lethargic. It's probably because you're not getting as many steps in. And I'll tell you from experience, like I've been working from home for 6 years now. 6 years since 2017. I've been working from a home office sitting on my butt when I spent 10 years, well, more than that, probably almost 20 years, working at a place wearing heels or combat boots. Side note, I've been in the military over 21 years. Before I started my business and I transitioned and I moved away, I was 10 years active duty, wearing the uniform every single day in combat boots, and then stilettos at night and running shoes on the weekends. But I was moving around. I was like, I'm a very fast walker. So I was constantly going for so long. I was working in a bank before I went active duty. So I was like in stilettos back and forth, running all over, and then, so my body was used to moving all the time. And then, so maybe you resonate with this during COVID. Maybe your work schedule has changed where you're more sedentary and you're not moving around as much. We have to be intentional in these slight changes over time. Just remember, like 9 months to grow a pineapple, you can have a whole separate body, a whole huge shift in your lifestyle and in your confidence and in your fitness and the way you feel about yourself, just by these small shifts, to the positive way or to the negative, right? So being intentional with what we're doing with our step count, with getting up and moving intentionally every single day, we need to stay active. The body in motion stays in motion. And I know for firsthand what it means to slow down. My body shut down. I spent 6 months in a wheelchair where they were poking and prodding me and trying to figure out what was wrong with me, pumping with me with all kinds of medication. I could barely walk. I had to fall out of bed to be able to crawl. And then it took about 20 minutes until I was able to get up to actually walk each day. Okay. So, and then I grew sideways in that wheelchair because I wasn't able to move my body. So when I got the cocktail of the medication that helped me to actually move with the lowest amount of pain and mobility and the highest amount of mobility, I started moving my body. And then I started feeling better mentally and physically. All right. And then fast forward to 2019, I was diagnosed with cancer and I had cancer surgery. All right. So I had I had to be operated on my arm and my leg at the same time. Once again, I was unable to move. I couldn't work out. I couldn't move my body. So what that does mentally to us when we slow down, when we live a sedentary lifestyle, it slows our metabolism, it slows our cognitive function. Like it goes kind of like, your computer shutting down, right? It goes right. And sorry for the uh the noise, but that's what your body is doing internally. So if you're not active and you're not staying in motion and keeping that metabolism going, especially as we get older, especially if you're working from home, the kitchen's right there, right? I get it, especially as an entrepreneur. Like the stress and like the blurred lines of our work schedules. What's this work-life balance thing anymore? We don't even have it. So we have to be intentional with our daily activities. Okay. So if you need support in this area, please let me know. And a lot of times it's time. My bags are always packed. I'm traveling all the time. I'm either working from home or I'm on an airplane in a hotel room somewhere. So I'm always constantly being pushed and pulled in 10 different directions. So the non-negotiable though for my day, every single day, no matter what, I'll tell you, I've been feeling under the weather for the last 3 or 4 days. I worked all weekend on the Air Force Base, and I woke up this morning like my throat was really scratchy. I taught my boot camp this morning first thing, no matter what. But I've just been resting my throat just for this session. Been really scratchy, feeling run down, right? But I move my body every single day for 30 minutes, no matter what. Like our life depends on it, because it does. Because when we slow down and we string enough of those non-movement days together, the body will get used to that. And it's gonna be harder to bounce back. You're gonna feel more lethargic. You're not gonna have the energy. So the energy just doesn't appear. The motivation just doesn't appear. It comes from being in motion. Okay. So this energy, this excitement that I have, it is from being in motion. All right. Body in motion stays in motion, right? Moving forward. And I'm like, this is like a workout in itself, just speaking to you, right? So I need to know that I'm fueling my body properly, right? I had a protein bar just before this session. I, drank some water. I had a nice relaxing time away from my screen. I took 15 minutes away and I came back so that I can be my best self for you. So what do you need to put into your rhythm and your routine in your daily non-negotiable system to set yourself up for success so you can pour into everyone and everything else? It's a you first and a you too movement, right? So we have to be proactive and we have to plan ahead, but also communicate our needs to our loved ones, to our friends, our family members, and everyone we meet. I'll tell you, sometimes we meet people and we want to fit in, we want to belong, right? That's totally natural. I'm a leadership consultant. I study the human brain and psychology and human behavior. Okay, so this is what I do, and I bring this into the health and wellness space. So I know firsthand too, when we meet people, we want to belong, and we want, especially if we are, either servant leaders or we are many nurses and moms and caretakers, right? We're like, oh, we'll take care of you first. And then, our health and fitness and our snacks and our meals and our nutrition and our fitness and our hydration takes a back burner. And then we're like, oh crap, I forgot to eat. Or like, I haven't gone to the bathroom in 3 hours because I've been taking care of patients, or I've been taking care of my family members, or I've been on phone calls. I'll tell you, I don't do that anymore. I don't miss a meal. And when I meet people, I'm like, if you want me to be at my 100%, you need to know this about me. I need my healthy snacks. I need to eat every 2 hours. All right. I love to nap in the afternoon if I can get it. All right. I'm constantly hydrated. I'm constantly carrying around a water bottle. My hydration, my nutrition, my sleep, and my movement are non-negotiables, daily non-negotiables, no matter what. Okay. So if you want to see me at my 100%, here we got to work together. Right. And so how can we make this happen? So saying that up front sets that expectation, sets that boundary for yourself. So that way you're not being swayed and you're telling other people, hey, here's what I need. If you were allergic to shellfish, if you were allergic to, gluten or peanuts, for instance, you would shout that loud and proud, like, "Nuh-uh, we can't have that in our," But sometimes that's an easier boundary and a non-negotiable, right? But why can't we have that with our health and fitness? Why can't we have that with our daily routine? Why can't we have that with the rest of our nutrition plan? And why can't we have that with our rest and recovery? And why can't we have that with our movement daily? Okay, so this is where these practices over time, it gets easier because it's your natural rhythm. And this was what breeds that confidence. It's like, okay, here's who I am. How can we get there? How can we make this happen? Right? So that movement is key. So hopefully I gave you some tips here today, or maybe just a gentle nudge or a reminder. So remember, I'm here to ignite your fire and also challenge you. So I'm a life and fitness and business coach, okay? So I'm here to, if I'm piercing your heart or if you're feeling a certain way, check in with yourself, okay? Because I'm not perfect. I work at this every single day, but I've developed a system and a routine that works. And my clients always hear me say, the work works when you do the work. If you do no work, you're probably not going to see the results that you want. And if you're trying something and you're getting nowhere, that's the definition of insanity, right? Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. So if you're like bumping up against the wall or bumping your head up against the wall, you're on this roller coaster and this merry-go-round, and maybe you're stagnant or you've plateaued or you're just not seeing or feeling the results that you want. Why not try something else? Why not shake it up? Okay, send me a message. I'd love to support you. I'd love to have a conversation and see how we can work together. Okay, if it's a good fit. If not, I'll give you resources. I'll connect you. Okay. So, A, plan your meals and your snacks. Make it fun. All right, plan your picnic. B, be active. Be in action. All right, plan a step count, at least 10,000 steps per day. Move your body 30 minutes every single day at least. All right, you can take the stairs, extra walks, park far away, whatever you need to do. Move your body like your life depends on it, because it does. All right, and then C. So we're going through the A, B's, and C's of weight loss for the back to school special here in Health is Wealth. C, calm your nerves. Okay, so this one, this is typically the one is really the blind spot with a lot of my clients. And when I work with them, is the stress in their life, in their business, in their family, in their relationships. The stress on their body is manifesting itself, which can cause bloating, it can cause weight loss, it can cause cravings and depression and anxiety. So the more that you can calm your nerves and manage stress, the more confident and the more results you're going to see in your weight loss journey. I know firsthand the roller coaster of emotions when it comes to being confined to a wheelchair, not being able to move, being, post-surgical, post-surgery, right? The stress and anxiety being diagnosed with cancer, let alone having to get surgery and go under for the first time ever, right? So the nerves are up here. Your body will manifest and it will harbor all of the stress physically. It will manifest it in your body physically. All right. And so I feel way back when I think I shared with you earlier on in my story, when I was in that wheelchair, I was in a toxic relationship, not only with the person that I was with, my ex at the time, physically and emotionally. So I was in a toxic, abusive relationship, narcissistic behaviors. All right. And so what that stress and that trauma that it put on my body, not only that, but like I was running ragged. So I was in a toxic relationship with myself and I didn't feel like I was worthy. I didn't feel like I had a voice. I didn't feel like I could get out. I didn't think I was worthy enough. And it took me a long time to be able to build the confidence and to manage that stress in a healthy way, to be able to move my body and get out and climb out of that bad relationship, the one that with that person and with myself. So I had to rebuild these skills. And this is what I love to help people do. So if you're in a season of change, or if you're trying to rebuild your core again, or you're confused of like, okay, what's that next step? What's that next level for me? Please send me a message. I'd love to connect with you. And so what typically happens is our body's manifesting a lot of stress and anxiety and pressure and conflict within our bodies. Okay, so it's going to manifest itself and it's going to help us. It's going to be bloated. We're going to be bloated. We're going to not be sleeping well, which means we're going to have sugar cravings and salt cravings, and we're going to be binge eating. And all of that stems from the stress and managing your stress in a healthy way. This is also why it's movement is your preventative medicine. And I love to do kickboxing because it's like cheaper than anger management, right? So if you need anger management, of course, get the proper, care that you need. If you need therapy, I'm also, I'm a huge proponent of therapy too. So it's a combination of things. But the more that you can calm your nerves and proactively take care of the stress in your brain and in your body, the more results you're going to see and the faster you're going to see the weight loss. Okay. So how do we do this? Okay. So we could do it through movement. We could do it through meditation, breathing techniques. So I meditate every day. So I'm really intentional with my breathing. I nap every day too, right? So I nap every day for 15 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes. I turn off my notifications on my phone. Literally, I do put the do not disturb on. And I focus on my breathing. And I actually meditate. It's a form of meditation. So for those of you who have ever done any like sleep meditation, guided meditation to be able to calm your mind, my mind used to race. And it still does. And so I have to do this calming technique to be able to nap. So many people are like, Crystal, how do you nap every day? I can't turn my brain off for 15 minutes. Like, how do you do that? It's a meditation breathing technique to be present in my body. And it starts with from the head to my fingertips down to my toes. And then I relax my jaw, my temples, I relax my jaw, even my tongue. So by the time I do that, that intentional relaxation and I'm focusing on my breathing, I'm in a much calmer state and able to nap and have my body shut down. And it's like a restart, right? Control Alt Delete, restart. It's like tomorrow again. So this is great, right? If you're able to train your body to do that, it's practice. It takes practice. Okay. So breathing, meditation, breath work, yoga. There's different sound bath frequencies that will help activate your brain and your nervous system in different ways, right? So some tones are better for sleeping and relaxation. Some are better for focus and energy, right? So I'm not an expert in this. I've just got a lot of guided meditation, and I started doing guided meditation in my programs. So this Sunday, I'm hosting a new class. It's a new stretch and meditation. That's a huge huge fan. Everyone's a huge fan of it. So on Sundays, we do rest, stretch, and relaxation and meditation in my program. So we have a new one coming up. Two other tips that I have for you with regards to calming your nerves and managing stress is recognize what you need to manage your stress and to maybe get that release. So not only movement, I truly believe that really does help in your own way, with your own limitations in your own fitness journey, wherever you're at, but also perhaps process by phoning a friend, talking to someone, getting a therapist, getting a counselor, getting a coach, getting a mentor. So talking it out, I think, is very, at least for me, I know I process by talking. So I just want to share that. Some people process by talking. I know 80% of the population are visual learners. So if you were to process and write out and map out and chart out, to people that help them understand what's happening in your brain, that's super important. And the way that I was able to do that was with a mind map. And I carry this around. This was one of my original mind maps when I was like feeling really anxious and really stressed. I had a lot of anxiety. And this was back in 2019, right after my cancer surgery. I was just like, I was ready to throw in the towel for my business. I had been just 2 years in business, and I'm like, all right, maybe this isn't for me. I started an online business in 2017. I'm like, I had so many ideas and it was all like up in my head. And I was working from home for 2 years, really stressed. I was grieving. I was grieving the loss of the life that I used to have. Right. And so I felt very alone and I was ruminating in my thoughts. And it wasn't until I started getting coached and mentored where they're like, okay, so let's map out a plan. I'm like, what is this mind mapping thing? So this mind map, excuse me, there's the tickle. So this mind map helped me navigate and describe it to other people. What the heck, this big web of an idea that was in my head. So maybe you're an entrepreneur, maybe you have an idea, or you have this big vision for your life, but you just don't know what those first steps are, or like what this looks like, or how you're going to get there. Talking it out and mapping it out with someone, I think, is super powerful. It can really calm your nerves. Like, holy cow, when I can see this after, and here's another one. I do this multiple times. I have a whole like whiteboard over here. I have a big Post-it note on the wall over here. I do this all the time. Okay, so that's why even the habit tracker, the 30-day habit tracker challenge, like I map this out so that it's down on paper. It's out of my brain, so it's not ruminating. I also keep a notepad by my bedstand. So journaling and getting it out of your head onto the page is so powerful. It's a way to manage stress and calm your nerves, because that way we're like, our brain is like, we don't want to forget. And so sometimes we have to like say it over and over again. And I don't know about y'all, but before I go to bed, I'm like, I don't want to forget this tomorrow. I have so much to do tomorrow. What if you spent every night processing and getting it out and mapping it out so that you can calm your nerves for the next day? And then when you wake up the next morning, you're like, oh, this is what I need to do today. Here is what was left from yesterday. And we do this in my Crystal Clear Life Planner. So if you need access to the Crystal Clear Life Planner, it's on Amazon. It's a 90-day action plan to embrace chaos and live a fulfilling life. So we do morning and evening prompts, and we do these reflections so that we get it out of our brain and process. Okay. So these are the A's, B's, and C's of weight loss for the back to school special here. We have 9 months until April of 2024. A lot can happen if you stick to a healthy routine. So I have plenty of tools, plenty of resources, and an amazing supportive community to help you stay active, to live healthier. I love that. Healthier and happier. I'm going to make that up. Healthier. To live healthier forever and ever. Like your life depends on it, because it does. So with that, I'm going to yield. I want to hear from anybody here on stage in Clubhouse. Answer any questions. Feel free to raise your hand. I'm going to check in with the comments here shortly. Let's see who has a question on stage. Anyone care to share?
Crystal is Tash. So.
Hey, Tash, how are you? Happy Monday. Great to see you here.
Good to see you too. Happy Monday to you too. I just love the new word you coined there. Healthier.
Healthier.
I just wrote it down. Yeah, healthier. Is that how you spell it? I wrote it in the comments.
Healthier. You said healthier. Healthier. So yeah, either one. Healthier, HELPIER, or helpier, HELPIER, right? Because a lot of times we want to help other people at the expense of our own health and wealth, right? So yeah, I do kickboxing because it's cheaper than anger management. I love it. Hey, Jay, I don't know if you're still here. I actually do have a merchandise store. It is in my merch store. It says cheaper than anger management, Cruise Beyond Limits under it. So I do have a tank top that is in my merch store with that. So great idea. What other thoughts do you have, Tash?
Just saying, such a great segment. Always appreciate what you share about staying fit and healthy. I don't think we do it enough. It's one of those things that we have to put into practice. We have to put it into action. to make it work. I skipped my routine last week. I shouldn't have made an excuse because my son was doing summer holiday clubs, but I'm starting back tomorrow. So normally Tuesdays to Fridays, I exercise, I do my fitness. But yeah, I mean, it's one of the things that even today, Dre Baldwin was saying, although it's a business side of things, he was saying consistency means doing something that you're committed to doing. No excuses whatsoever. No, it's raining or it's snowing. If you've committed to going to work out, be at the gym, be at home, online, you've got to do it. And weirdly enough, I've been working out at home during the pandemic, and I was so consistent. I've joined the gym. I am not as consistent as I used to be when I was at home. It's so strange. I'm like, what am I doing with the... Excuse me. And the reason I joined the gym is because my husband hasn't been consistent. So I thought, let me join the gym to sort of kick his butt a bit so he can go to the gym, and I'm sort of not consistent myself. But thank you for that reminder to create a habit and to stick with it. And even when, yes, it's important to be consistent, but even if you falter a little bit, not to be so hard on ourselves, because that kind of creates, negative vibes, I suppose, but to stick to the routine and be consistent. So, yes. Yeah, thank you for that. I wish we could have the merch link. We could put in the chat so somebody can buy some of your merch.
Yeah, it's crystallorecruz.com/shop. SHOP.
Okay, I'll put that.
Yes, I always get a lot of questions of all the things that I use, all my the lipstick to my whitening to my self tanner to all the things, and then my merch is on there too. So /shop, crystallorecruz /shop. So thank you so much for sharing. And I think it's interesting. A lot of people say they're going to be more consistent if they, invest in a gym membership. But I think there's so many barriers, right, to actually getting there. And then, you have to pack your bag, and it takes more time. And this is where I think a lot of times a lot of clients come to me. They pay for a gym membership, and they're like, I haven't gone in months or years, and I pay for it every single month. And so this is where I love to help people take that excuse out and be able to maximize their time and actually have a gym membership they're actually going to use that they pay for, right? And so, that's kind of the nature behind Cruise Beyond Limits, is we take that excuse out because you don't need any equipment. All you need is a yoga mat or a towel, a sweat towel, a water bottle, and a positive attitude, right? And you could be anywhere in the world. And I travel all over the world. And so you get different backdrops. And so you get to see different scenery, whether it be a cityscape, I'll be on a rooftop somewhere, or I'll be on the beach of Costa Rica. I host retreats in Costa Rica. They're 6-day all-inclusive retreats. Side note, shameless plug, I do have a couple spots left for the September retreat. So if that's an interest of you and you need a reset and you want to have some healthy habits and spend some time really talking about this and putting some consistent daily habits together to eat healthy, to be in community, to talk about your goals, join us in Costa Rica. But I stream these workouts 3 times a week, no matter what, no matter where I'm at in the world, no matter where you're at in the world. So it is a consistent daily routine and something that you have access to. So I know some of my clients, I have one of them that, she's in Puerto Rico, and she went literally, there was a hurricane in Puerto Rico last year. And she found one small space on her patio that was dry enough for her to put her yoga mat down. She plugged in her phone into a generator in the middle of a hurricane and still did my workouts. Like, that's dedication. She's a no matter what kind of gal. And that's what we do in Cruise Beyond Limits, is we develop that muscle and that skill to build that confidence of that consistency so that we can trust ourselves. And that breeds more confidence and more results over time. So thanks so much for sharing. Oh my gosh, I love these GIFs that you have. So fun. Anybody else?
I love them.
Oh my gosh.
Keep you company a bit with the GIFs to put a smile on your face.
Yes, I appreciate it. Oh my gosh. And yeah, I do want to just touch on the not beating yourselves up so much too, right? So we set these expectations. But also we need to collect data, right, of what's actually happening in our ecosystem. So if we didn't commit and we didn't do what we said we were going to do, like let's sorry, I have another meeting here in a couple minutes, so it's dinging. But if we didn't do what we say we were going to do, let's not beat ourselves up so much, right? So in the Crystal Clear Life Planner, there's an evening reflection. So at the end of every day is like, how intentional were we, right? Honest conversation. And the more honest we are with what we're actually doing and implementing, the more action we're going to have and the more we're able to pivot. So we have to be able to have that honest conversation, that honest reflection. And it's common for us to judge ourselves and have that self-sabotage come in. But that's where we say, okay, what can we do differently tomorrow? So let's just try to be better tomorrow, just 1%, just a tiny bit better tomorrow than we were yesterday. All right. So that way, oh, there's Annette. She's here. Hello. She's posting some links. Amazing. So Annette's from Puerto Rico. She's on my team. She's an incredible entrepreneur. If you're ever in Puerto Rico, side note, if you're ever in Puerto Rico, she does luxury picnics on the beach for anniversaries, engagements, birthday parties, you name it. They're beautiful. So definitely check her out. If you want that information, let me know. I'll get you connected. So if you're on vacation there or you know someone that lives there, and you want to just have send a special gift, she's definitely the go-to for that. So yep, she's posting some links. So amazing. So I hope you've enjoyed this segment. I know I love popping in every Monday with the Health is Wealth segment with Cruise Beyond Limits here. So please send me a message. I'd love to connect. I know here on Clubhouse, the back channel doesn't quite work. I am over on YouTube. I'm in LinkedIn right now live, and I'm also in my free community. So find me somewhere over on social, over on Instagram, send me a message. Let me know what resonated with you. Let me know what your dreams and goals are. Let me know how I can support you. And let's just hop on a call and connect. So I am a real human and I love to connect with other real humans. So, we're not meant to do this life alone. And so it doesn't have to be that overwhelming. We can get into community, we can connect with each other and cheer each other on, and we can level up in so many ways. So with that, I'm gonna have to close this room. Tosh, thank you so much for chiming in. Those of you who are in the audience, yes, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your Monday. For those of you on Breakfast with Champions, make sure you join us every single day. Make sure you invite people into the room. Those of you over on Cruise Beyond Limits, invite people into our world, and I'll see you next Monday with Health is Wealth here in Breakfast with Champions. All right, have a great day, everyone. Cheers.
Cheers. Love you. Bye.